welcome to Zero Escape 999. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. So this game has been recommended quite a few times. I know very little about it. I haven't loaded it up to test. I think it's like a kind of visual novel style detective escape room game, maybe. I don't really know how we experience the game ourselves, whether we play as all 9 characters or if we observe all 9 characters, or if we're some sort of 10th person, or if we just play as one of the 9 people. I don't really know, but it should be fun. I have to preface this by getting in the mindset of playing a game that might be like I've kind of more typical Japanese styling. So that means 2 things. Hold on. Game. There's no menu music, so it's just me and you here. I'm going to get hair envy at multiple points in the game, I imagine, because everyone in JRPGs or Japanese games in general has great hair, and maybe if I don't know how the translation is, but obviously I'm playing with English voices. You guys advised that me on the 2 different modes to experience this in, because we're playing on PC, about there being a novel mode and an adventure mode. I'm going to be playing in novel mode, but I'll maybe try both out, see which I prefer. But novel mode seems like the one we'll get the most detail out of on a first time playthrough. And just in terms of, I usually upload in 1440p or higher, but this game only runs at 1080p, so that is what I'm uploading it at. So that means these videos won't get the good YouTube encoder. So if the video quality doesn't look as good as it usually is on my channel, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Let's go. This slot. Yes. Oh. Let's finish saving. This game is fiction. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this production are fictitious. There are 2 modes of play, novel and adventure. You can switch in and out. Don't know how. Didn't let me pick. I've got my notebook. I'm ready to take notes. 8. Okay, we're counting down. Okay, so it looks like we're on a ship. Okay, so we can dynamically switch between the novel and adventure modes. This is a little weird because I'm having to play in 1080p, but I'm playing on a 1440p monitor. But the image looks a lot clearer in OBS than it does on my actual monitor. This is a bit going to be right. Never mind. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open.
What the?
As they adjusted.
Ow!
Okay, did I need to be quicker there? With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air.
What? Whoa!
His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold grey floor.
Ouch! God damn it! Ah! What the hell?
Oh, this is the adventure screen. Let's stick to the novel screen. Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally he understood where he'd fallen from.
A bed?
A 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen, apparently, from the topmost bunk.
I fell pretty far. That really hurt.
His shoulder hurt, his knee hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. he could feel a bump forming in his forehead where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling.
Damn, my eyesight's kind of blurry. Must have hit my head. No, wait. That's not it.
Okay, so one thing I don't really... Because I know, in terms of the story of the game, I don't know if... I'm just going to get some predictions here. If these people have been captured, maybe they've done something wrong, maybe it's punishment for something, maybe it's just a game, maybe they signed up for this, or I don't know. I'm just trying to explore the premise. So I'm guessing he's been drugged and placed here, that's why he's got a bit of a headache. At first, he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening, but as he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking.
An earthquake? But it's shaking too fast for that.
Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake.
Anyway.
Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. And muttered to himself,
Where am I?
His pain momentarily forgotten, minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Oh, I can go scroll back. Okay. His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the confusion of his circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei... I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Junpei. It wouldn't be Junpei. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then, as suddenly as they had begun, the tremors ceased.
Wait, it stopped?
A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking.
What's that sound?
In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The three-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin that they were little more than blankets. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. Okay, so Junpei is in room number 5. I'm going to make notes, because this feels like the kind of game you make vigorous notes for. Junpei is in room number 5. Mambo number 5 for Junpei.
That's...
The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written the number 5.
5? What's this 5 mean?
Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. I don't know what we're going to interact with and stuff, but a push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result.
It won't open.
It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Yeah, I much prefer this to...
What's this? Is this...
Oops.
Hey! Hello? Is anyone there?
Right, I need to go back. Yeah, so I think that adventure mode is probably meant for repeat playthroughs, because it's quicker. Okay, next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader. What's this? Is this keeping the door shut? Junpei knocked hard on the door. Hey, hello, is anyone there?
Open the door!
There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door. and stopped.
Huh? What the hell is this?
He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of a sort he'd never seen before. In the center was a large LCD display.
A watch? It doesn't look like one. 5. That's the same as the door.
This guy's a genius. True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew was that it was strange and new, and he wanted it off. Junpei flipped his hand over as if to remove a watch, but...
What? How do I take this off?
Don't think you do, friend. I think it's booby-trapped. The other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps...
Maybe pushing something on this will work?
He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing.
Nothing. Damn. Guess I'll have to force it off.
Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However...
No good. This stupid thing won't come off.
A steel ring ran from the face, around Junpei's wrist, and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off any time in the near future. Right, what have we got here? Map, save the game, flow. What the hell? Oh. No idea what that means. I guess that's like our decision tree, perhaps? Can't click on this stuff yet. Okay.
What the hell is the deal with this thing?
Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode.
Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? What the hell happened to me? My head.
Uh-oh. Pain bloomed, but he did his best to shake it off. He raised his head.
Huh.
Oh. It was at that moment that he noticed the window.
The
window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from an early 20th century ship. Right, I need to consider relocating the camera, don't I? Where would be best? I think here would be best. Yeah, it disappeared then. Sorry, I meant to mention this at the start. You never know when you go into games blind what you're going to be blocking. That works.
Hold on. Am I on a ship?
Junpei walked slowly towards the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness. That's a reflection, I guess.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside.
Junpei squinted, trying to see something, anything. It was at that moment...
Huh?
Uh-oh.
What the... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the hell is going on here?
A crack split the glass of the window, and for a moment Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst and water began to pour into the room.
What the hell? God damn it!
Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water already coming through the window, he ran for the door.
Hey! Anyone! Is anyone... Come on! If you're there, say something!
Sorry. Can I move around at all? Can I... No. There was no reply. As Junpei screamed, he pounded on the door. The water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and rising towards his knees.
It's not stopping. Not good. Not good at all. Okay. I need to find a way out, and fast.
Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room. Seek a way out. Okay. Third class cabin. Yeah. Operations during an escape. During an escape, you are restricted to an area. Your goal, search around to uncover how to unlock the door. There are items and hints in the room that will help you escape. Click on a location you find suspicious to search the room. Use Q or E to move around the room. Now, what the hell is this thing? No dice, it's locked tight. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. It's a small keyhole. If I want to open the briefcase, I need to fill it up with a key. 0101. This is the door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was as easy to open. What's in here? A key! Well, let's see if there's anything in here. Huh, looks like there is. Key? Yep, that's a key, alright. A little blue one. About items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Clicking item on the top left will take you to the item screen. The key's pretty small, definitely not for a door. What's it for then? This key's blue. Is it supposed to open something else blue? Investigate with an item. The item visible in the lower left is the item currently in hand. When you close the item screen, the last selected item will be in hand. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Try switching out items in hand and search different places. Click the item icon or press V to quickly change between items. Okay, we've got a... Well, that solves the mystery of whether or not this stove has been used before. What's this? It looks red, yeah. A screwdriver. A normal screwdriver. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Right, nothing else here, maybe? Right. So we can use the blue key. I can't see the bottom of the ladder. Oh man, the water's already up to the bottom of the bed. I've got to hurry this up. Right. What else can we explore? Where did I get that from? The small red key. Right.
I should probably hold on to this key. Huh. Oh, what's up with my face?
You've been drugged.
I look like a zombie. Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? I left work, headed back to my apartment.
Oh, dude, why does it keep switching?
And...
Even as he said it, something in his mind opened, and a memory bobbed to the surface. It was the last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. Oh god, a memory. It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to apartment 201. Right, I'm just going to try and make notes of stuff that we've seen. So, the briefcase, yeah, had... It had 0101 written on it. That might not be important. His apartment number is 201. Just numbers might be important, you know. Blue key, red key, screwdriver. Inside was his apartment. A small one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. He moved into it when he entered college, and so far he'd been there for 3 years and 7 months.
I'm back. Not like anyone will respond.
You live on your own. He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life as if waking from a deep slumber.
Man, work was rough today.
Their cold light illuminated the landscape he'd come home to so many times before. Everything was as he'd left it. The magazines piled up in the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, the CD cases covering the floor, the jeans and t-shirt he'd worn the day before, then tossed onto the floor. There was one thing that didn't belong, however.
Huh? A breeze.
Yep, someone's coming through the window. The white curtain framing his window swayed gently in the cold wind.
Huh, that's weird. Did I leave that open?
Junpei walked towards the window, trying to remember if he'd closed it or not before he'd left. One of the panes was hanging open. He stuck his head out and looked around.
Everything looks okay. I must have forgotten to close it.
He closed the window. Then it happened.
What?
Okay. Junpei turned and found himself face to mask with a man dressed in all black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden.
Who are...
Suddenly, he couldn't finish. Junpei tried to yell, but all he could manage was a strangled croak.
I can't...
Junpei collapsed to the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs, like a discarded puppet. Too late, he noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured out of it at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into the white haze. He could feel his mind beginning to fade as well, a white haze that was not the smoke creeping into the edges of his vision.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen.
Okay, so it's clearly being phrased as something that's good for us. Not, it's not like saying, the dude's not saying you're being punished or, you've got what's coming to you. It seems decidedly random at the minute. A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh and distorted in some way Junpei couldn't put his finger on.
You are going to participate in a game.
Yeah.
The Nonary Game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him, the masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist.
That's right. That guy with the gas mask. That son of a bitch must have taken me here. When I get my hands on him...
He ground his teeth in frustration and strained to remember anything about his attacker's figure.
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not.
No, very true. The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed through a voice changer, and the body had been covered in a thick cloak.
Just who was that? They said, you have been chosen.
What it might mean, that was beyond
What the
him.
hell is going on? Why me?
There was only one thing from his memory that seemed important.
You are going to participate in a game. The Nonary Game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
The Nonary Game. Huh. What the hell is a Nonary Game? Oh, God damn it!
He sounded so, like, intrigued at first. Huh, the Nonary Game. What the hell is that? With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Right. There's a ladder that goes from the floor to the ceiling so that you can get to all 3 bunks. Well, worst case scenario, I can just climb up there. Yeah, right, like that's going to work. I've got it. If I pull off these sheets and shove them into the window, maybe that'll stop the water. Alright, window, let's see how you like this. Shoot, that's not going to happen. There's way too much water coming through there. No way these sheets are going to be enough to plug up that window. I guess there's only one way I'm going to live through this. And that's by getting the hell out of this room. After all, there's not really anything else I can do. Of course a bedsheet's not going to block the window, dude. Doesn't seem like there's anything hidden on the sink. This is the only drain in this room. There's a towel next to the sink. A picture frame, a picture of a ship. An old picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws keeping the back on. Interesting, maybe we could use them. Okay, so maybe we could okay, I'll keep that in mind. I won't use it just yet. Combining items. So let's combine on the item screen to combine 2 items. If the 2 items can be combined, you will receive a new item. If they can't, then nothing will happen. Try out different combinations of items you find in your search. Note from the bulletin board. The note's got some arrows written on it. I can't really write that down. So solid arrow, solid triangle. So they're all right angle triangles. This one's filled in, this one's hollow. So red filled in, red hollow, blue filled in, blue hollow. Good to know. So I guess we can combine these. Well, the screwdriver got those screws off easily enough. And here's the picture. Picture of an old cruise liner. Have I lost the screwdriver? Okay, so we've got a code. I'll write this down, you never know when this'll... There we go. Oh! Yeah, the code is very long. Eight, 9, and oh, 0. Okay. So someone wrote a bunch of numbers and symbols on the back of the picture, huh? 1 through 5 are empty, and 6 through 9, as well as 0, are coloured in. Maybe this has something to do with the relationship between the symbols and the numbers. Okay, I didn't colour in. Alright. Yeah, bulletin board. There's nothing on it. Anything else? Water just keeps pouring through. It's like a waterfall. Don't think shoving something in the window is going to stop it. In other words, yeah, I need to find a way out if I don't want to die. I have to figure it out. There's a table. Water's pouring onto it like a little waterfall. I don't see anything useful. It's a pipe. I know. I'll crawl into the pipe and find a way out. There's nobody here to make fun of my lame jokes. Man, this sucks. Oh. A red suitcase. This is just like the blue briefcase. Yep, there's a lock on this one too, and it's not opening. There we go. Alright, let's stick that red key in there. It's not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Well, alright, I take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. So it looks like I'm going to have to put in the right numbers and then turn the key. I do that, and this thing should pop right open. Let's give it a shot. Mini-games. During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several mini-games. All operations for the mini-games are done by clicking the screen. Some mini-games will require you to manipulate something, while others will only require you to apply the right object or click the right thing. Operation instructions. Clicking the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way, and then click the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Damn it, it's not opening. I wonder if anything I've got might give me a hint. I think it should open if I put in the right numbers to turn the key. Yeah. Yeah, let's so that number-wise, that should be 8, 4. No, 7, 4. So the red bit is 7, 4, but I need 2 more numbers, right? Oh, I can rotate the thing. So I need some more numbers for the combination. Some hangers, curtain. Damn it. Five. What does that mean? Guess that's a lever. Maybe if I pull it... Well, looks like pulling on the lever just makes a weird noise. Great. The light's still red and the display hasn't changed. Damn it. Why the hell isn't this thing opening? Yeah, key cards. Okay. Okay, nothing else to click on. I can save it quickly. Right, I really don't know. It's just because there's only two shapes here, so... I don't know how to... Because, you know, I need 4 numbers, so... I mean, this one's going to be the same, right? Not going to help, though. Alright, Junpei, don't freak out. Keep it cool and look for some more clues. Yes. Blue briefcase. I need some extra bits of code. There's a pipe at the other end of the bed, there's nothing up there. Oh, a light. Nothing here. I can't bring myself to call this a bed. It feels like a board with a sheet on it. It's pretty flat. Aha! Memo from the bed. Excellent. We did it. Okay, so the code for... the red one is the red case is 7 4 8 5, and the blue case is 0 2 6 3. Excellent. Right, underside of the top bunk is pretty high. Barely any space. Right, let's try the red one first. Oh, puzzle solving. What was it? 7485. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I pressed right click trying to go back. Okay, I don't need the clues. Thank you. Bingo. Yes! I unlocked it. It's opening. What have we got here? A stack of red key cards. These look like key cards. There's a number on each one. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Nothing left. Alright, let's go. 0, 2, 6, 3. Alright, let's see if these numbers work. A turn of the key and hey, looks like it's working. Yes, alright, let's open it up. Yes, it opened. Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? A file screen. If you find any documents or notes during an escape, the information contained in them will be available on the file screen. Alright, let's see what's in this file. Digital route. Let's see here. Compute a digital route with the following steps. First, add all of the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something great... I need to write this down. Add together. If you end up with something greater than a single digit number, add the digits to one another. If that equals greater than 9, add together. For instance, if you have a double digit number, add the number in the tens place to the number in the ones place. Just keep adding digits in this manner until you have a single digit answer. That final single digit is your digital root. The digital root of 678 would be... Oh, I understand. Therefore, the digital root of 6... Yep. The digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4 would be... Yeah, 1. Therefore, the digital root of... Yeah. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single digit. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, a calculator. And a stack of key cards. Huh. Stack of blue key cards. Looks like some key cards. There's a number written on each card. 6, 7, and 8. Does that mean something? So we've got 1, 2, and 3. No 4, no 5, and no 9. But we've got 6, 7, and 8. New material has been added to the file screen. Calculator screen. Calculator can also calculate a digital root, which will be important to the progression of the story. At the file menu. So is this just all tutorial stuff? Yep. Flowchart, okay. Yeah, this is all tutorial stuff, right? Yeah, I'm okay. Here's the calculator. This is where we can jump to different bits in the story. I don't think I'll be using that. And then a basic map. Right, so we've got key cards. Question is, which ones do we use? These cards with numbers on them. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide these cards and see if they work. And... Huh? It's not working. Why? Damn it. No, that's right. I still have cards I haven't used. Damn it, not again. There aren't any more cards in here. I've only got one other hint. Of course! The files! That file said something about a digital root. A digital root. The digital root, huh? What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on that door. Do I have to get a digital root of 5? Not really sure about this. Oh, whatever. It's worth a shot. Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards that give me the digital root of 5 through the reader. Click 3 cards to select them. The digital root of the selected cards will be displayed. Clicking reset will deselect all currently selected cards. After you've selected 3 cards, click on the device. Right. Let's try and work this out. So to get 5, we really need it to be like 23. 23 or 41 or 14 or 32. Right? So it can't be 1, 2, and 3 because that adds to a digital root of 6. We need to roll quite. I think we just need to have. We need it to be 14, basically. So we could do 7, 6, and 1. Right? There you go. Oh wait, what? Sorry, I don't know what I needed to press there. Sorry. Do I need to press this? There you go. Alright, I think this is going to work. There we go. That's a new noise. Huh. Did it just unlock? Well, that light was red and now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go. Right, let's hope I got everything. Ooh. Animation. You found it. Yes. Accompanied by a wall of angry water, Junpei shot out of the room and into the opposing wall.
Ow!
The water tossed and turned him like a washing machine, and he only stopped rolling when he hit his head on the wall.
My head. Wait, is it over?
Is it over?
Whew. That felt too much like being flushed down a toilet. Damn.
Yeah. Junpei struggled to his feet in the still rushing water.
Well, better than drowning, I guess.
Yep.
Am I in a hallway?
The water that had followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly down the hallway and slammed into the foot of the short flight of stairs.
Oh.
Just 5 steps, in fact. And at the top of his short staircase...
A door! Another door! Damn this water! Ugh. Let me go!
Junpei leapt up the stairs, straight for the door.
Oh, yes! It opened!
The door burst open and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible response could there have been to what he saw?
What? What the hell?
His voice trailed off, and all he could do was stare. A polished floor stretched out before him, ornate staircases rising up from the edges, each one of them equidistant from the others. The stairs and pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked like nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s.
This is the inside of a ship?
Yeah. Junpei couldn't help but wonder.
Well...
The water quickly filling the hallway behind him suggested that, yes, he was. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he'd been in, gathering speed as it moved towards the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally a... Wait, what the hell? A wave? Oh, shit! Shit! Okay, I gotta get out of here.
Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking in protest on the polished floor, and ran towards the tremendous staircase in front of him. Yes, it's really good translation. really detailed, good metaphors and stuff. Yeah, just sometimes, translate. I guess because this is a visual novel, I guess it had to be on point.
C deck. B deck. Hurry! Hurry!
As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, denoting the decks of the ship.
A deck's next.
He took the stairs 2 at a time, not entirely sure where he'd find himself, just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead. Oh!
What?
Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye.
People.
He stopped short, nearly tipping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were 4 people staring at him. On the right side, 3 more.
A lot of people.
All told, there were 7 of them. It looked as though they'd been on their way down the stairs. They'd stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at one another. Junpei didn't move. 1 foot placed awkwardly on the next step, in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? This entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei, and time began to move again.
I guess there's another one of us now.
A dancer.
A dancer?
The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. Yeah, a dancer. Her clothes covered very little, and her prodigious jewellery little more.
No, I'm not. You better get moving.
With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei and toward the doors behind him.
Okay then.
The sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned. But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman.
Silver hair?
Alright dude, stop making fun of them.
Huh?
The first to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. I guess we should make a note of all these people. I don't know, will we learn their names? Dancer, Silver. He threw a quick glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering,
One of us, huh? What? Nothing.
Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed Junpei. I complimented the translation too soon. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed Junpei to see wisps of grey in his hair. As he passed close enough for Junpei to see wisps of grey in his hair, his composure and shock of hair struck Junpei as rather like that of an elderly lion. Okay, he's a lion.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Wait, hold on. The doors won't open?
The next to speak to Junpei was a girl with pink hair. So we've got pink. And a high voice, of course.
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
Oh, fine. Okay. A small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. His eyes were closed, almost as though he was sleeping. Oh, maybe he's blind. His features were graceful, almost serene, and he was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help feeling he was noble and dignified somehow. He'd certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei always imagined a prince would be like.
That's 9 of us then. All of the cards are in hand.
What does that mean? Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other man had meant, but the girl with pink hair rushed past him.
Wait!
Okay, so there were only 7 of them, right? And eight of them, including
They're
Junpei.
gone. Just what is going on? There's an old man like a lion, a girl with pink hair, and a prince, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Dude, you gave them all these names. It's not that strange. He turned just in time to see 2 more people running toward him. One of them had hair like a bird's nest. Bird. And looked as though a stiff breeze might topple him. And the other was a veritable mountain of a man. Huh? Ah! The scrawny one scuttled past Junpei as though he were running from something.
What's that all about?
Hey! What the hell are you just standing there for? Didn't you hear him? The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now
Okay.
go!
Before he had a chance to respond, the man laid a massive hand on Junpei's shoulder. With no more effort than Junpei would have used to brush aside a fly, the man shoved him out of the way. Thrown off balance by the man and recent events, it took Junpei a few steps to get his bearings. He finally regained his balance and looked up at what the other 7 had been running towards.
Hey man, that was dangerous.
Huh?
There were 2 pairs of large iron doors set into the wall in front of him. They looked quite sturdy, and each had handles jutting from them. Written across the surface of each door in red paint was a number. The door on the
4,
right,
and this one says 5. They're the same.
the guy Junpei had decided to call Silver was mumbling to himself.
Room I woke up in had a number on the door just like that.
You too, eh?
With an arched eyebrow, the lion looked over at Silver.
My cell was the same. A number upon the door.
Can I turn the music down?
I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspected the rest of you.
It was as though the floodgates had been opened. They all began to talk at
Me
once.
too.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
It soon became clear that each one of them had awoken in a room with a locked door and solved a puzzle to escape. They'd all ended up in the same room, almost as though they'd been guided there.
Yes, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that lady?
Before the dancer had time to finish, Silver was already running.
Open! Damn it!
He grabbed hold of the door labelled 5 and pulled. However,
Fuck, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way!
the mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. His path cleared, he took a few steps back, then threw himself at the door. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. The door shook as his body slammed into it, but showed no signs of breaking or opening. The mountain threw himself at the door again.
A body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it. There must be some other way.
Junpei turned towards door 4. Next to the door, on the wall, was a small box.
This looks just like the device next to the door in that room earlier. So that means this door is probably locked too.
Okay, so this must be in Junpei's head, the way it's echoing.
But still...
He had to check. Junpei grabbed a handle and threw all of his weight onto it. It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he suspected. Junpei punched the door. It didn't respond.
Are there any other doors?
He barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he'd passed on the way up sprang unbidden into his mind. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back towards the stairs. He'd scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person. It was a girl. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he'd met her before. That girl too stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well.
Huh?
Oh man, that's so Japanese, isn't it? What? What? Oh. Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly toward her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. Ooh. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. Ooh. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. I just remember in Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, like the amount of ooh, it was just yeah, so much of it. The quake caught the girl unprepared and she fell.
Watch out!
Into Junpei's arms. Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her, or so he thought. Oh. Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own.
Yeah.
Oh. He was farthest back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment, that seemed to stretch for a very long time. They stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. Silence was complete, a thick, muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Is that you, Jumpy?
Jumpy? Jumpy. The words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned.
Akane.
Akane. Nice to have a real name for someone else. Or maybe they went to school together? Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. But what was she doing on the ship? Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he thought he'd long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. He could feel his face heating up. At that moment,
What?
What's that voice?
right, hang on. Why does it... I don't know why it's dynamically switching. They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last they found it, a speaker set in the ceiling. I am Zero, the captain of this ship. I know the game's called Zero Escape, but I didn't think that that was the character's name. Invited? Kidnapped? The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static.
This is...
Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it?
That guy in the gas mask! Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
Nonary Game.
What the hell's that?
Yeah. The voice continued, implacable.
What is he talking about?
Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pocket of his pants. He felt the telltale crumple of paper, slightly damp from his earlier ordeal.
Hey, I got one too.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter. Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he'd been asked.
On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets, and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Okay.
Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
The voice finished, and the speaker went silent.
I hear a bell. I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
It's the clock telling us the time.
Everyone had their eyes on the antique clock embedded. Embedded? Embedded? In the wall. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came.
It rang 9 times, so 9 o'clock then?
I think it's 9 p.m. I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
What does that matter, dude? The speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Hey! You bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole!
That guy won't stop shouting. And the others.
Oh. Yeah. Junpei 2 was consumed by his thoughts.
I have way too many questions. Who is Zero? What's the Nonary Game? What's it for? Is he some nutjob just doing this to mess with us, or does he have some other purpose? Why pick me to be part of this insane game? And the others? Why are these 8 people here? And the most confusing of them all. Why is Akane here? I haven't seen her since elementary school. Why her? Why now? Coincidence? No. There's no way. There has to be a reason. I don't know what exactly, but there has to be.
Very well.
The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence.
Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the numbered doors?
Yeah.
Hey, wait! But don't tell me you're actually gonna do what this Zero says.
What's the alternative?
No, that's not what I mean.
The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed.
I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
Oh, okay.
What?
Where have we not looked? Everyone searched A-Deck already, right?
Yeah, we were kind of in a rush though, so we probably missed some things.
Why don't we check out the lower floors first? We should see how deep this place goes.
I can work with that.
Then let's go.
Right, how is this going to work gameplay wise? C deck.
Whoa! What the hell? It's completely submerged.
Damn! If the water level keeps rising like this, we're all gonna drown.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about.
Really? The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it.
See? The water's not flowing.
Oh, okay.
That means the origin of the water has been stopped. Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down. He said that our time limit was 9 hours.
Yeah, so maybe it'll continue to rise.
In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
Then you're saying we won't sink till then.
Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point to wishful thinking.
That's depressing.
If we don't determine a way to advance from this point, we are stuck on A-Deck and C-Deck.
Looks that way.
Hey, hold on. How about we check C-Deck before we jump to any conclusions?
What?
We might find something there.
Huh, you're right. I think we should look at the metal doors by the big staircase, too. They're pretty suspicious.
No numbers on either door. And I don't see an authentication device either. Nope. It's locked.
This one too. Damn, none of the doors are opening.
Hey guys, over here. There's another door behind the stairs.
Okay, I need to write down these doors. So we've got 2 unmarked doors on C deck.
This one doesn't open either.
Make that 3 unmarked doors.
We'll see about that. Hey, old man, give me a hand.
Using force, I see. Let's give it a try. It won't budge.
Could you not just start shouting out of nowhere? You almost gave me a heart attack, you know.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't appear to have moved even with 2 of us trying. It's very well made.
Idiots. Try using your brain first.
Huh?
Take a closer look.
Yeah, it opens towards us.
A keyhole?
Right. It's obvious what we need to open this door.
A key, huh?
You got a problem?
No, I just really doubt we'll find a key that easily.
Ignoring the tense air between the two, Junpei moved closer to examine the doorknob.
What's this?
Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot.
There's a mark on it. Does it mean something?
An eye?
Hey, look! Over here, too!
Hmm?
Pink was looking at double doors they hadn't examined yet.
More doors.
I think they're elevators. There's an inverted triangle button by them.
May as well try pressing it. Huh. Nothing.
Maybe the power isn't on.
Or we need to do something with this card reader. And there's a strange mark here, too. What is this? It looks like a lowercase h with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the h.
Junpei stared at it for a while.
This is the symbol of Saturn.
Okay, a Saturn symbol. Key.
It's an astrological symbol.
Then the mark on the other door.
I think that was the sun symbol.
Okay. So we need a sun key.
We saw the same symbols on A deck.
We did?
I don't remember that.
A-deck, huh? I haven't been there, so I wouldn't know.
We may as well check again since we're talking about it.
Lion's words urged them on, and they took the stairs up.
There, the 2 doors next to the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
She's right. It looks similar to what we saw downstairs.
Not the same, though.
This is an earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian.
I see.
Junpei looked up at the ceiling.
The ceiling. Metal plates. Huh. It's as if it's covering something up.
Perhaps it was a dome of some kind.
I wish we could get out through there.
Be realistic. We'd need a lot of explosives to open that up.
The windows, too. Huh. They're all covered.
There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered with metal plates.
In other words, we're trapped. All the exits go nowhere.
Junpei wasn't happy. The girl with pink hair spoke up.
Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them.
Then the mountain spoke.
You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
Prince didn't agree.
No. I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, 2 of them at least.
Oh, you mean the numbered doors.
All eyes turned towards the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block
We'd
them.
have to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once.
May as well give it a shot. We can't stay here forever.
Yes, I'm in favor as well.
No, I'm totally against this.
But shouldn't we at least try?
We don't know what'll happen. We should stay here.
We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink.
The clamour of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
Hey, shut up!
They fell silent, and all eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch.
Before we try and decide where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too.
They were silent. Some of them looked the other way, or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Akane.
I agree. I think Jumpy is right.
Jumpy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei.
Junpei. Okay. She pointed towards Junpei.
We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Wait, stop! Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in?
Oh, would that be bad?
Hell yeah, it would! We
Okay.
don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know?
But we still need to know what our names are. It's going to be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names.
Alright, then why don't we have code names?
To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution.
Code names?
Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
7? Why are you 7?
It seemed a fair question. Mountain stuck out his left arm.
Because this bracelet number says 7.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked.
All right, I'm gonna be Santa.
What? Why?
Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, San means 3. So, I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus. Fits, don't you think?
Then your bracelet number.
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3.
Very well then. I'll go next, shall I?
Yeah.
My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
Hey.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8.
I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake. My bracelet number's 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes, clearly. Which is
Alright.
particularly relevant given that I'm blind.
Yeah.
You can't see?
I knew it.
He'd kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange, but to hear it said so casually, it was something of a surprise. Everyone else seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it.
Me next!
There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least. The girl with pink hair.
I want to be Clover.
Yeah.
You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right?
Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. The face of her bracelet showed the number 4. They'd come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet.
Alright, my number's 5. So my code name is gonna be...
Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now.
Dancer cut him off mid-sentence.
I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei.
Oh,
They all nodded. Kane stepped forward nervously.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem fair to Jumpy.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something.
What's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
She hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand. As she'd claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and
Alright
thought...
then, why don't we call you June?
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy?
Kane needed her hands and looked up at Junpei, uncertain. He smiled back at her reassuringly.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
She thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod.
Okay then.
Their names decided, Junpei ran over them quickly in his head.
So this is how everyone breaks down. 1 is Ace. 2 is Snake. 3 is Santa. 4 is Clover. 5 is me. 6 is June. 7 is 7. And 8 is Lotus. That means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers. The only one left is...
That glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
You haven't said a thing so far, have you?
His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with nervous sweat. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he'd only a fingertip's worth of a grip on his sanity. The girl with pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously.
What number are you?
He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot pants.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper.
Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here. And you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left.
So you're 9?
Yeah.
He extended a trembling arm. The bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at it contemptuously.
What's your code name?
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
Peer pressure.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust.
You've got some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right, let me show you. I'm gonna do this!
By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. In the blink of an eye, he'd slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist.
Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
Silver leapt forward and toward... Santa leapt forward toward Clover and the 9th man. He was halfway there when...
Stay back!
Suddenly the man's hand dove into his pocket.
Ah!
He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck.
If you get any closer, I'll cut her open! Yeah, that's right.
The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
The prince, Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing.
What the hell are you trying to do? I told you, this is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
He started to move backwards. Clover's 4, he's 9. 9 add 4 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. He's taking her through the door.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
He's taking her through door number 4. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke.
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostrils flared and he looked like he was about to choke.
Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now.
He pressed the knife against Clover's neck, hard.
Okay, I'll do it.
Slowly, she stretched her left hand out toward the device.
Like this?
Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and on the display above her hand an asterisk appeared.
So that's how it works. He called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then...
Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
It says 3 to 5 people, though. Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was
Door
5.
Why does this guy know so much about how this thing works? It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done. Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on the lion Ace.
You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes, I am. So?
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her?
Okay, just calm down.
Ace held up his hands, palms out. The 9th man jerked his chin toward the device. Okay, maybe they're going through door number 5 then. Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved towards the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it.
Verify.
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again and a second asterisk appeared.
Now the device has both Clover and Ace's numbers. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door.
Come on, dude, we know he's
But
next.
it won't open yet.
No, I know.
Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
One more person. If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
He needs himself.
Get back.
His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps
No!
back.
Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile.
Don't tell me.
That was when Junpei understood his plan.
Clover's 4 and Ace is 1. Added to the ninth man's 9, 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14, and the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 is
Yes.
5.
Yep.
In other words...
Yep.
Thank God you were all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. Not all 3 of them need to go, though. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan.
Good! I don't need you anymore.
He let go of
Wait!
Clover. Junpei leapt toward the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough.
Here! She's all yours.
The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door.
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye.
He raised his hand and waved a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with the dull clang of metal on metal.
Clover, are you all right?
Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine.
She climbed unsteadily to her feet and, once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support.
Damn it!
Junpei ran to the door.
Bastard!
The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed a hold of the handles and pulled.
Open, damn it!
They grunted and strained, but
Shit! It won't budge.
that was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet.
Do you hear something? Like, what? Like some sort of beeping.
Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
You're right. I can hear it too.
What is it?
Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man.
Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
Yeah, I think the person who goes through the door is someone who's going to be sacrificed.
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong!
His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What is happening in there?
Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Yeah,
God damn it!
he's toast. Junpei grabbed hold of the device. Slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened.
Why? Why won't it work? Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here! It was him! He killed me! It was him!
Wow. Right, guys, I'm going to have to end the video there just because it's getting way too long. So, yeah. Way too long. But, yeah, I don't know how let's check, actually. Let's check together. Let's just see how accurate this is.
Oh my god, oh my god! Listen! I was lied to! He lied to me!
Okay.
He put me in here!
Right, sorry. Yeah. We'll pick it up from there. I'll just have to click through that to progress. So yeah, fascinating. We haven't really got to like the main crux of the gameplay yet, other than the puzzle rooms, but whoever goes through these doors is going to be sacrificed, it seems. So we have one more door left. So now it is 8 hours, 8 persons, and 8 doors, I guess. So I guess it's going to be like a last man standing kind of thing. Crazy. Awesome. I'm really enjoying this. I really like the whole visual novel style, like the novel mode. Cool cast of characters we've got here, minus what was his nickname? Bird. Yeah. Should be fun. If you have any advice, just keep it spoiler free, and I'm all ears. Leave me a like if you enjoyed it. It's the first episode in the series. That would help me out. And just remember, everyone, never trust an uncrate. I'll see you next time.